Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Military Stage channel. The Swedish government has presented a large aid package to Ukraine in 3 parts. The package consists partly of a procurement collaboration, partly of an assignment to the Swedish Armed Forces to prepare the transfer of the Archer artillery system, and partly of the largest package of defense equipment to date. This consists of grenade launchers and their ammunition, anti-tank launchers, automatic rifles and mine clearance equipment, CV90 armored vehicles with ammunition and Robot 57 NLAW anti-tank missiles for a value of 4.3 billion Swedish krona. Advanced CV90 series infantry fighting vehicles, or IFVs, are the standout item in Sweden's new package of military aid to Ukraine, announced by the government in Stockholm on January 20th. While a Swedish arms transfer had been expected, previously only the Archer self-propelled artillery system had actually been confirmed, with the CV90 now ensuring that Ukraine will also get its hands on one of the most capable IFVs currently available in Europe. The United States is sending to Ukraine an initial batch of 50 M2 fighting vehicles that are battle-proven, long-range tank killers. The Swedes, by contrast, sent 50 CV90s that are adept at destroying armored vehicles at close range, and especially in the woods. The CV90 was first introduced in mechanized units of the Swedish Army in 1994. According to data from the International Institute for Strategic Studies, in 2022 the Swedish Armed Forces had 369 examples of the CV90, known locally as the SDRF-90 version, of which 54 were outfitted as Strip 90 command post vehicles. In addition, Sweden has another 42 examples of the EP-90 version, a specialist reconnaissance vehicle used for directing artillery and mortar fire. Neither the Strip 90 nor EP-90 are fitted with a main gun. In addition, other CV90-based vehicles are in Swedish service as self-propelled mortar systems, self-propelled anti-aircraft guns, and armored recovery vehicles. Sweden's CV90, or Combat Vehicle 90 series, was originally schemed in the mid-1980s as a family of fighting vehicles and has resulted in a wide variety of variants for different missions and customer requirements. The vehicle began life as a joint effort involving the Swedish Defense Materiel Administration as well as 2 local companies, Hägglunds and Bofors. Today, the CV90 is a product of B-Systems Hägglunds, and more than 1,280 vehicles have been completed in over a dozen main variants. CV90s are in service or have been ordered by 8 countries, 5 of them currently members of NATO: Denmark, Estonia, Finland, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, and Slovakia. In IFV form, the CV90 carries notably hard-hitting main armament with options of 30mm, 35mm, and 40mm cannons in a turret that has a full 360-degree traverse. With a 40mm Bofors autocannon and a stabilized turret, the CV90 used by the Swedish Armed Forces carries the most potent armament of any Western European IFV. There is also a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun. Consider the CV90's main weapon, its Bofors 40mm automatic gun L divided by 70. The Bofors 40mm automatic gun L divided by 70 isn't new. It first entered service as an anti-aircraft gun a few years after World War II, but it's proved extremely durable and versatile. An L divided by 70 can fire 2-pound shells up to 5 rounds a second at 1,000 yard a second initial velocity. That's a lot of metal moving really fast. Up close, the L divided by 70 is like a chainsaw, especially when firing armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding Sabot, or APFS-DST, rounds. And that's the key to the CV90's anti-armor prowess. True, the CV90 doesn't have a turret-mounted launcher for long-range anti-tank missiles like the American M2 and Russian BMP fighting vehicles do. But it doesn't need one while fighting on forested terrain. While the particular variant of the CV90 being supplied to Ukraine has not been confirmed, it's possible that Sweden is shipping the CV9040C version that was specifically modified for international operations and has since also been used for crew training. This model has an enhanced level of armor protection, considerably higher than in the basic version, according to the Swedish Armed Forces. Specific protection measures are designed to offer better defense against mines, small caliber ammunition, and grenades. There are also laser protection devices on the crew's periscopes to shield their eyes from harmful laser light. Weighing just over 25 tons when prepared for combat, the CV9040 has a capacity for a maximum of 8 troops and is operated by a crew of 3, commander, driver, and gunner. In Swedish service, however, the basic CV9040's troop complement is normally reduced to a squad of 7, together with their full equipment, while the up-armored CV9040C version has a capacity for 6 soldiers as a result of the additional weight of its modifications. The Nordic origins of the CV9040 ensure that it has a very good level of mobility over snow and through marsh and swamps, which could be of significant benefit to Ukraine. It's also designed to operate in extremely cold conditions. Overall, as a modern and highly effective IFV, the CV9040 will bring to Ukraine many of the same capabilities offered by the U.S. supplied M2 Bradley, which we have discussed at length in the past. The American IFV will, initially at least, also be supplied in broadly similar numbers, with 50 Bradleys now heading to the embattled country. And while the CV9040 lacks anti-tank missiles, like the TOW missiles on the M2 Bradley, its Bofors gun is already a powerful weapon against opposition Russian tanks, especially those of the earlier generation, not to mention Soviet-era IFVs. At the same time, a choice of 40mm ammunition means the same gun can also take on a wide range of other targets, too, including more lightly protected objectives including enemy personnel. Together with the Bradley, the CV9040 goes some of the ways toward meeting Kiev's long-standing request for modern Western armor, although both fall short of the all-round package of armor, firepower, and mobility offered by a modern Western main battle tank. These two IFVs are among the most capable of their kind and are far more realistic prospects on the modern battlefield than the Cold War-era BMP series that still makes up the majority of Ukraine's IFV fleet. Like the Bradley, the CV9040 will be able to move Ukrainian troops around more safely in high-risk areas while at the same time providing a significant degree of anti-tank and anti-troop capabilities. Should the Ukrainian armed forces proceed with a promised future offensive to liberate Crimea, for example, modern IFVs like the CV9040 will likely play a prominent role, bringing a new level of troop survivability and maneuverability. Thus, with the transfer of the M2 Bradley and now the CV9040 confirmed, Ukraine will, at the very least, have in the future two of the most capable Western infantry fighting vehicles at its disposal.